We're very emotional about sharing this because it's just amazing.
They're grapplers for ministry. You know, they are people who have looked for needs, found a way to get it done, carved away the excuse of making for what's in the way, seen an opportunity to lift others up, figured out the resources. That's who they are.
Now, the same area that we're working with now is the same group that we were bringing medicine to 20 years ago. So they used the medicine when they first got down there to go up into these mountain villages just to get somebody saved. Then they trained the pastors and then sent them back into these villages to start churches. That was a catapult for launching 82 churches that are down there that we're now working with full spectrum to start schools. My wife said, I want to finish my education. She came here to Southeastern and began working on a doctorate in education. And through all that whole process of her doing her doctorate, she put this whole program together of educating the indigenous and specifically how to help a church start a school. I think the importance of these children is paramount. I didn't fully understand it until I went down there and I started seeing their faces and I started seeing that this works, that this can happen. But these children are still being molded. They're still looking for that destiny, that plan, that thing. And in these indigenous areas, they have no hope. They needed to know the fullness of God in their life. And we can't start teaching them when they're 15. We have to start when they're 5, when they're 2, when they're 3, when they're preschool. And that's what we're doing.
In the mountains, many times they ask the children what would they like to be when they grow up, and many of them said, I would like to be a cartel person. We have to do something, and so we worked and we put together this plan, and it was a plan from A to Z of how to help these people start a school. So this is what we have right now. We have the 30 educational centers. They're seeing the children being taught to pray, being taught to honor their father and their mother, being taught to speak with respect to adults. They said, I want my children there. 60% of the children that are enrolled in our schools are from families who are not saved.
It is wonderful to see God working and transforming our town.
We had gone from a discouragement of, we'll never be able to start a Christian school. How would we ever do this? To, we're starting in August. We're on our 3rd year now, and we went from 31 students, we now have 79 students. In 2 school years, this is our 3rd. And so God is doing a great work. We've heard a lot of testimonies from the parents about how they had been bullied, their kids had been bullied in school or had had a hard time. And one child, his mother was just telling us last month that she asked him at the beginning of this year, are you ready to go back to public school? And he was like, no, I'm never leaving this school. My life has changed. I have friends now. I love my school. And so he's a fatherless child that did not understand what love was, but every single day he is receiving words of love, that how Jesus loved him, how he has a plan for his life, and his life has changed. Usually, if you go to a school, you're in, you're out, and the teachers aren't necessarily caring how the child is doing. Our students, almost all of them come from fatherless homes. They're living with a grandmother. They have really no parental guidance, and they're struggling. And so for them to be able to come every day and get the word, and then the teachers have prayer time over them every day, they have Bible class, and their lives are changing. And it's just really had such an impact on our community and our church. And I can guarantee you right now that we would not have this school, and this is just our little part of the world. They've already started 30, and there's hundreds more to go, I'm sure. Their ministry, them and their team, have taken care of everything. They basically just hand us something and say, here you go, we've done everything. Now you just need the building and you need the teachers and you're good to go. So that is how they've helped us so much. They have donated to our little school 10 Chromebooks, tablets, a laptop for our administrator. They pay for half of our books. a lot of the students want to come, but they don't have the resources to be able to pay for their school books. And so their ministry is paying for every single student for their books. They've also, one of our main problems as well was, okay, now we're starting a school, we don't have any teachers. What are we gonna do? And they have offered scholarships to young girls in our church to attend university online. And so that now we have teachers in our school that are being trained for our schools. They've helped our teachers in all the schools be able to go to conferences to receive training. They've provided scholarships for our directors to receive courses on how to run the finances. Every year we have conferences for the entire network to go down. And just, educational advice. They have a team that they're continuously offering help on how to teach. They're giving us workshops, Zoom meetings every week with our teams, telling us how to train children in this area and how to teach, different tactics on how to teach in the classroom. And it's so over and above. It wasn't just, you should start a school and, this is how you should do it. It's a continuous thing. We're on our third year, and it wasn't at the first year and then you guys are on your own. We're on our third year, and I have no words. We have no words, really, to thank them.
Before anything, we're gonna build schools, we're gonna train them, we're gonna raise them, we're gonna educate them.
Just you guys go do your teach. We'll tell you what part you need to play, but know that we got your back. We're fighting here. We're making this happen. We're impacting these kids so they can make an impact in their lives, so they can change their generation, their children. And it's a nation-changing concept.